Well, I am back in the cab again here today. Took a day off from the Camry yesterday. We were had a pretty decent run with the beans. I was having a few issues, which I'll talk about later on, and we're hoping that we got that solved today. But we're back in the beans. We are getting near to the halfway point on beans, and so far the crop has not been disappointing. It's been good. We harvested a new to us variety yesterday. Robson, I believe is what it was. Made here in Canada by a company by the name of Brent Young Seeds. And it did fairly well. All year I was a little, I don't know if nervous is the right word or what the right word is, but just wasn't sure what to think of them. They didn't look the biggest and bushiest, but they were right there with the big boys. So kind of excited about that. But for today, we're back in a field in near Colorado, just a little east of where the majority of our land is. And we've had a bit more rain here than the last, so it is soft. Again, not leaving ruts. We're feeling lucky that way, but it's wetter here. There's no doubt. So see how the day goes. Well, we got 240 acres here. Hoping to get that done here today, and maybe get moved to the next field. But we'll see how the day goes. So for now, this is my view. There to there to there, and then back and forth. Got a phone call today just before lunch. Apparently Cargill together with Bayer, they wanted to provide lunch today, so they brought out subs and drinks for everyone, and so we should get fed up here shortly. Arch had a bit of a breakdown. I think he broke a knife on his, so Kendall was helping him with that. They wanted me to keep this unit going, so that's what I'm doing, and take it one step at a time here. But we're just, like I said, just getting going. We've got probably about 20 acres-ish done in this field now, so it's coming. We just got to keep picking away at it. So as I'm making the very east edge complete here, just figured I'd give some proximity. And this is an oats field that Terry's actually worked once already, and he's busy working it the second time, just trying to get it in better shape from all that green aftergrowth. So anyway, that was the last oats field that we combined, and it's it's now been worked, and actually Terry's out there working it the second time. Some question that, but for us, we're just trying to air it out. Like I said, we are in area here right now where it's wet, and we've got to keep airing that dirt out. And then the other thing is, like I said, we had all that growth when we were combining, so we got to kill that stuff. And I'd rather deep till, get it in good shape for next year, but rather than just spraying it with chemical. Maybe we can get some organic matter or manure or something. I'm sure my guys from field to field, either Jason or Christine, will tell me what we're gonna get if we work it in, but maybe nothing. And maybe it's just making us feel better and looking pretty, but it's called next year prep is what we're doing on that one. So anyway, that is that field. So if you didn't believe me that we're wet here, well, you can even see it, but there is water, legit. And we're spinning, legit. Anyway.
Should I get you now or when you're headed back? I'm open on this side. I'm not open the other way.
We're good.
How where you are? Again.
You can hang tight for a bit yet, Dylan. I should be able to make my way there.
Okay, sounds good.
give you a quick walk around. Whew, that's muddy. Look at that, folks. That's mud. We are going, but it is barely. So, what I want you to see is back in here on my axle. Yesterday, some weird reason, we were having embers starting up. So, I'm just making sure today that we're good. Seems fine today though. So I don't know, that's some kind of static thing, which I thought this would help, but I don't know. Just weird. Just weird. Quickly checking the motor compartments. You just get a little paranoid. So yes, that is what we were having for trouble yesterday. This is the combine that we've never had issues with fires with. So that's the other part that was a bit odd. So yeah, another one right down there. Here's fine. Bag up. I'm gonna do one other thing I haven't done for a couple of days, because I haven't dropped my stone trap just to make sure that there's no stones. So honestly, this is just all a good excuse because my butt was getting sore and I needed to stretch. So there. Simple thing to do. Well, lots of beans fell out. Stones. That's awesome. So you can see this green patch kind of between the two combines. This field's had a few more of those, and if you look, it's very, very thin in there. Now you probably aren't going to see it, but it's thinner in there, and those are the areas that are causing our yield, overall field yield, to probably be down a little bit on this one. I think we're still going to be in the 50s, which again, for our area, very good. But other than that, there's areas in this field that are yielding really, really good. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to draw attention to those areas, because much of Canada, I would say, Manitoba for sure, Saskatchewan, has been very dry. But those areas are actually in our low spots. So what I wanted to show you that for was just to show you that in spring, when these soybeans were just coming out of the ground, those were areas that were under a lot of stress, not because of too little moisture, but actually too much moisture. And the other thing that magnifies that is the areas that are good are the tops, the higher areas, if you will. And they've been getting really good, I mean, they've had good moisture all year, which on a drier year, our higher areas would be weaker and the lower areas would be stronger. That's just common sense though, right? So we all know that. But it's just interesting, and again, it's a reminder of how wet we were at the beginning. When I see the water that we're going to be coming up to again here shortly in that one corner, and it's not lots of water. We're not leaving any ruts here yet, so we're not in mud, but we are that close to being in mud, and just tells you how much rain we've actually had this year, and how, I'm going to say, fortunate we've been to not be in a drought situation here in Manitoba, so, or south central Manitoba. So anyway, that's it. We're getting down to the final corner of this field. The road's getting closer and closer. If you look at our handy dandy little map, we are closing in, and that's all good. So I'm gonna guess we've got maybe an hour left here, and then we'll be moving to the field across the road, which is one that's going to intrigue me because that one is no-till, and we've talked lots about that one all year. It's my son Quinn's field. It wasn't his decision to go no-till, that was a dad-inflicted deal. Okay, we are got that first quarter finished. We are on the move. That's the field we're going to. Okay, so right here, you're gonna see some rows that are a little bit more stinted, like this one right here. And that is a row that did not have very good germination, or it was very late coming. Honestly, in many ways, those rows that are like that, the fact that they're even coming out of the ground is almost like a miracle, because after I was done seeding the field, and I went and checked. And why I didn't do this ahead of time, I thought I did, but I realized that the seed was actually penetrating the straw, but not actually getting into the dirt. So a lot of the seeds were actually just below the straw and not in the dirt, and that doesn't make for good germination. So fortunately, we got about a 2-inch rain. Not gonna say that very often, but a good soaking 2-inch rain, and that helped those seeds germinate. So that's why they're a little bit delayed, because they won't have developed properly because of many other different reasons. But for the most part, sorry, just getting distracted, going through a bit of a green patch here too. It's not wanting to cut properly, so still have an issue going there. Stuff will go over top. Hopefully I don't have to get out. Anyway, that is what we were looking at. Those are the strips that are going to be problematic, and they will hurt our yield. The whole field would have been seeded at the proper depth. Who knows what the yield would have been. As you can see, we got some more wet stuff coming. Ooh, that goes way into the field here too. That's awesome fun. Hopefully there's no beans down there, so we will literally just go up. We do not need to be causing waves at the header. That was interesting. Let's see what the next pass.
You guys are doing it. I'll just avoid you on the side of the mud hole that way. I'm just thinking like tracking through there.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I don't want you going through there. Get done before that dew kicks in, because those green weeds are going to be a problem here yet. If it gets wet. Hopefully that does not happen. this is the mud hole here Dylan's trying to stay out of, because it does not have any rear wheel assist of any sort on that unit. Yeah, there's water. Again, just a ditch, so not a big deal, I hope. And we're through. Follow the roads. Come on, load. Again, another spot where last year's wheat stubble is going to affect the yield. Man, that sucks. Situation we should have fired the planter guy, I guess. Sunshine, as you can see. The field is doing quite well. We have run into lots of water, so that's weird for our dirt. Thinking that the no-till part will have had something to do with that. However, the no-till part is also having lots to do with lots of beans, I'm thinking. So, not 100% sure how this is all going to play out yet. But I thought I'd give you one more glimpse of these beans as the sun's going down. So I guess we can only turn the lights on. But we got a little bit of a corner left. If you look at the map, that's the corner we got left. So shouldn't take too terribly long, but we need to get this done before it gets dark because the wind is dropping on us. So a little worried that this is going to get tough cutting here in a hurry. So the race is on until the end of the day here, I guess. Last night we were able to go later, but so far the wind is not. It's seeming like it's dying on us a bit here tonight, so which that could cause us grief. But who's to know? If we can get finished this field, that's the main thing. And we need about 45 minutes to do that, I think. So that's my guesstimate. The time is 7:24, so hopefully by 8:15 we're done here. See how close I am. So we are on the move after finishing that field, and one of the problems, I guess if you will, is when transporting is, as you can see, we had a ditch there. So that's where my tire is. We go to this side, about the same. So we are wider than the road. And today, what we have run into is because of how soft everything is, everybody tends to want to use the same roads. And so we ran into a neighboring colony, moving, I believe there was 7 combines. I don't know how many grain trucks, 2 sets of grain carts, and a whole pile of vehicles. So it's been a bit of a gong show trying to get moved here. We've been waiting for them at a few different spots, and now we got going, and then Hardy got going, and then a Super Bee turned in, started coming at us, and so now we've got him backing up for a bugger. Backing up Super Bees is hard at the best of times, never mind in the dark on a road. So not everybody's as good as Peter is at backing up Super Bees. So anyway, alright, we are back on the move again. That was a little chaotic. It took us just about an hour to go 3 miles because 40 minutes, I guess. I shouldn't exaggerate. So it took us 40 minutes to go 3 miles, trying to meet traffic here. A little bit sketchy. So if you're not a farmer, this would be my request. If you're not a farmer and you see a header that's 40 feet or whatever wide coming at you, my request would be...
You guys catch up?
No, you can stay ahead, and that way you can keep traffic behind, between us or ahead of you. So, yeah, if you see traffic, just know that you can't meet them. And choices aren't very good, so basically your options are you're going to end up having to back up, or you got to find an approach or something, because we can't move out of your way. As much as we don't want to hog it, we have no choice. So yeah, anyway, that's my little rant for the day. But in this situation, it's all farmers. We're all kind of get caught going in a different direction, so try to work with each other, and everybody gets itself sorted out, and now we're rolling. Dylan's up ahead. You see him flashing. We're going to put him there ahead so that if maybe he can stop people at the next approach before we get there. Hey, so by the time we got to the field, things had definitely gotten tougher. So we did about 7 acres each or so, and then figured we were wasting more time and making a bigger mess than doing a good job. So we are quitting for the day. So anyway, that is another day of harvesting here. Tomorrow we are doing on this field, we're going to be doing the trials, 15-inch spacing versus 30. So maybe stay tuned for that tomorrow, and we'll take it from there. But yeah, for today, that's where we're at. We're gonna call it a wrap. So thank you for taking the time to watch, and all goes well, we'll see you again tomorrow. Give us a thumbs up.